Yo, listen up, because what Charleston White just dropped on Max B and his fans isn't just gossip, it's explosive, opening, and straight up shocking. The streets, the fans, the culture. Nobody saw this coming? Charleston went in, exposing secrets that were hidden for years. Secrets that Max B's supporters never imagined would surface. And the reaction? Fans are shocked, buzzing, replaying clips, and debating every line. This isn't your ordinary rap talk. This is raw, unfiltered, street-level truth mixed with the kind of drama that shakes the internet. Charleston White didn't hold back. Every word cut deep. Every revelation hit hard, and every fan watching felt the weight of the moment. Loyalty, respect, and reputation were on the line. And Charleston made it clear, you can't hide your past when the spotlight's on you. If you're a Max B fan, a hip-hop enthusiast, or someone who lives for street drama, this is the moment you've been waiting for. Secrets exposed, narratives flipped, and the culture shaken all in one live breakdown. And trust me, the fallout is just beginning, so stay locked in, because we're about to break down every shocking detail, every reaction, and every hidden truth Charleston revealed. By the end of this, we'll see why fans can't stop talking and why this might just be the biggest Max B controversy yet. The moment Charleston White started speaking, you could feel the energy shift instantly. The room wasn't just quiet, it was tense, like the calm before a storm. Everyone watching knew something big was about to drop. Charleston has a way of speaking that grabs attention. But this time, it wasn't just his words, it was the truth he was about to reveal. Max B, a figure with influence, history, and a fan base that stretches across the country, was about to have secrets laid bare in front of millions. And the fans. They had no idea what was coming. It all began with subtle hints. Charleston's tone carried weight, every sentence deliberate, every pause timed to maximize impact. He didn't just attack Max B, he peeled back layers of history, past alliances, and behind-the-scenes stories that fans had never seen. And as he started revealing details, the live chat exploded. Comments flooded in from every corner. No way. He's exposing everything. Charleston just went too far. People replayed clips instantly, trying to catch every nuance, every glance, every hidden implication. Charleston wasn't just talking for drama, he was telling a story. One that made people question what they thought they knew about Max B, from the way he described old feuds, financial moves, to hidden studio conflicts. Everything sounded plausible, even if some of it was speculation. But that's the genius of this kind of street storytelling. It blurs the line between real and imagined, making fans hang on every word. As the narrative unfolded, you could feel the tension building. Fans who had blindly supported Max B began to second-guess what they knew. Influencers started tagging each other, reposting segments, and debating whether the secrets were true. The internet thrives on curiosity, and Charleston delivered it in high-voltage, street-level fashion. Every new revelation created shockwaves across social media. And it wasn't just Max B fans who felt it. Other artists, insiders, and even casual viewers were paying attention. Charleston's approach wasn't reckless, it was calculated, precise, and devastatingly effective. He knew exactly how to reveal enough to create intrigue while keeping the audience hooked for more. Every anecdote, every hidden fact, every subtle jab was timed like a punch in a fight, landing at the perfect moment. The live reactions were priceless. Some fans defended Max B immediately, calling Charleston out. Others were stunned into silence, replaying the stream, trying to process what they were hearing. That's when you realize the power of words in hip-hop culture. It's not just music or social media presence, it's narrative, legacy, and the ability to influence perception. Charleston White had all three in his arsenal, and he wielded them like a weapon. As the revelations continued, the story deepened. Charleston spoke about loyalty and betrayal, alliances that shifted behind closed doors, and opportunities Max B allegedly missed or mishandled. Some claims were bold, some were controversial, and some were just enough to make fans question everything. It wasn't just gossip, it was a strategic exposure. It's designed to shake the foundation of Max B's reputation. What made this even more intense was Charleston's delivery. Calm, confident, and unfiltered. He didn't need theatrics. He didn't yell. He let the weight of the information and the timing of his words do the work. Every fan watching felt the tension as though they were in the room themselves. Every pause, every shift in tone, every glance amplified the drama. The live chat couldn't keep up. Memes were born instantly. Clips were reposted across Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Every platform became a discussion board, dissecting Charleston's every word. Some people labeled it the biggest Max B controversy in years. Others debated whether Charleston was exaggerating. But no matter the stance, the impact was undeniable. The narrative had shifted. And Max B's fans couldn't ignore it. Charleston didn't just aim to shock, he aimed to teach a lesson. The lesson was simple: loyalty, transparency, and legacy matter. In the world of hip-hop, the stories you hide, the alliances you break, and the choices you make can resurface in ways you never expect. And when someone like Charleston White tells it on live, the world listens. The streets listen. The fans listened. By the end of part 1, the tension had reached a fever pitch. Fans were replaying every clip, debating, reacting, and sharing. Max B's name was trending across platforms. And the narrative Charleston created had everyone questioning what was real and what was speculation. That's the power of this style. It blends reality and dramatization so effectively that the audience is hooked from start to finish. Reactions. And Deeper exposes that will come next. It established Charleston White as the one willing to speak truths others won't. And Max B's fans as shocked, intrigued, and ready for answers. The streets were buzzing. Social media was ablaze. And the culture had just witnessed a moment that will be remembered as a modern-day hip-hop exposure event. The fallout was immediate. Fans couldn't stop talking, replaying the clips, and debating every revelation Charleston White had dropped. The energy online was electric. Tweets, TikToks, Instagram stories, and YouTube clips spread like wildfire. Every comment, every reaction magnified the drama. It wasn't just about Charleston exposing Max B. It was about the culture reacting to secrets that were hidden for years. People felt involved, like they were witnesses to something legendary, something that would become a reference point in hip-hop history. Charleston's approach was tactical. He didn't just drop claims, he layered context, gave anecdotes, and connected dots that fans had never considered. He painted a picture of Max B's history that was part myth, part truth, and fully engaging. And that's why people couldn't stop watching. Even skeptics were glued to the live, trying to separate fact from speculation. Every sentence he delivered felt calculated, like a chess move designed to expose, educate, and dominate the narrative all at once. The tension wasn't just online. Insiders in the industry were talking quietly, referencing what Charleston said, analyzing what it meant for Max B's influence, reputation, and future moves. People started asking, is this the truth, or is this strategic storytelling? And that question alone shows the brilliance of Charleston's approach. He created uncertainty, intrigue, and authority simultaneously. Meanwhile, Max B's fan base was split. Some defended him aggressively, posting rebuttals, old interviews, and trying to discredit Charleston's claims. Others were stunned, replaying the live, whispering to friends, and questioning everything they thought they knew. The reactions were raw, emotional, and often chaotic, just the way a true exposure should hit. Social media became a battlefield of opinions, memes, and viral commentary. Fans argued over details, dissected each revelation, and debated the implications on both Max B's legacy and Charleston White's credibility. Charleston wasn't done, though. He continued to build momentum by highlighting patterns, past alliances, studio conflicts, financial moves, and moments that fans had completely overlooked. Some were subtle, others shocking. But every point reinforced the narrative that there was more to Max B's story than the public had ever known. It wasn't malicious. It was a revelation of context, power, and influence, and it hit hard. The genius of Charleston's strategy was in timing. He let the fans react, the chat explode, and the speculation build before he delivered the next bombshell. It created tension, anticipation, and engagement. The perfect mix for viral content. Every statement he made, every pause, every subtle emphasis in his tone amplified the drama. People felt the suspense as if they were in the room themselves. The internet had never seen a live expose delivered with this much precision and street-level insight. As hours passed, the fallout spread beyond social media. Podcasts, blogs, and hip-hop commentary channels dissected Charleston's every word. The fan reactions became news stories. Influencers created their own breakdowns. And even casual observers started talking about Max B in ways they never had before. Charleston White had achieved something rare. He didn't just go viral. He shifted the narrative and forced the culture to pay attention. There was also a psychological effect. Max B supporters started questioning the loyalty and choices of people around him. Could the insiders, collaborators, and even friends have been aware of what Charleston exposed? Was there a hidden layer of truth behind the fanfare? These questions fueled endless speculation and engagement. Every reaction, every comment, and every clip shared online increased the momentum. Turning a live stream into a full-blown cultural event, Charleston White's delivery was relentless. He wasn't shouting or dramatizing unnecessarily. He was calm, calculated, and authoritative. He knew that control of the narrative was more powerful than chaos. And his words were carefully chosen to educate, expose, and dominate. Max B fans, even the loyal ones, began to feel the weight of the revelations. It wasn't an attack on personality. It was a strategic, streetwise breakdown that left people reconsidering what they knew about their favorite artist. The atmosphere online was chaotic, but electric. Memes flooded Twitter and Instagram. TikTok users created compilations. YouTubers uploaded full live breakdowns. Every social platform became a hub of speculation, debate, and viral engagement. And the effect was cumulative. The longer it went, the bigger the story grew. By the time the next day rolled around, the Charleston White versus Max B live breakdown was trending worldwide, dominating conversations across hip-hop circles and mainstream media alike. Charleston didn't stop at exposure. He challenged the narrative surrounding Max B. He questioned decisions, alliances, and priorities that had long been ignored or unspoken. Fans and insiders realized that the live wasn't just entertainment, it was a strategic dismantling of perception, the power of influence, the importance of loyalty. And the consequences of choices in hip-hop culture were all highlighted in real time. The story had escalated beyond the live stream. Charleston White had achieved dominance, not by confrontation, but by clarity, precision, and timing. Max B's reputation was under intense scrutiny, and fans were left debating, replaying, and analyzing every statement. The streets, the culture, and the fans had been given a new perspective, one that blurred the lines between reality, speculation, and street-level truth. The live had become a masterclass, a lesson in authority, influence, and narrative control. Charleston White proved that you can command attention, expose secrets, and dominate a conversation without aggression, without theatrics, and without losing control. Max B's supporters, the industry, and casual viewers all witnessed a moment that will be referenced, analyzed, and remembered for years. And even after the live ended, the ripple effect continued. Social media, podcasts, and YouTube breakdowns ensured that Charleston's revelations remained in the spotlight. Fans continued to debate, theorize, and share clips, keeping the story alive. It was more than a live stream, it had become a cultural event, cementing Charleston White's position as someone unafraid to speak truths and Max B's story as a mystery now partially unveiled to the world. Curiosity and anticipation. Fans were hungry for more. The exposure had shaken the foundation of perception. And the next chapter promised to reveal even deeper insights, reactions, and consequences. The streets, the internet, and the culture were all waiting. By the time Charleston White wrapped up his live, the cultural impact was undeniable. What started as an exposé had grown into a full-blown moment in hip-hop history. Max B fans were divided, social media was ablaze, and the streets were buzzing. Clips were being replayed, screenshots shared, and debates raged across every platform. Charleston hadn't just revealed secrets, he had shifted the narrative. The energy was electric, the tension palpable, and the stakes higher than ever. For Max B's supporters, the reaction was immediate and intense. Some defended him fiercely, posting rebuttals in old interviews, trying to discredit Charleston's revelations. Others were stunned, replaying the live, questioning everything they thought they knew. The psychological impact was real. Fans who once blindly supported Max B now felt uncertainty creeping in. That hesitation, that crack in confidence, was exactly what Charleston had aimed to create. He made people think, question, and analyze. Charleston's delivery was flawless. Calm, calculated, authoritative, every word landed like a punch. Every pause amplified the suspense. He didn't need theatrics. He didn't shout. The strength of his narrative was in the precision of his revelations. Every secret exposed, every anecdote shared, and every subtle implication made viewers lean in. The live was no longer just a video, it was a masterclass in narrative dominance. As the fallout spread, influencers and artists weighed in. Podcasts dissected Charleston's every statement. YouTubers broke down the live frame by frame, and TikTok compilations of his revelations went viral within hours. Max B's name trended worldwide, not for music or collaborations, but for controversy, secrets, and exposure. Charleston White had achieved a rare feat. He dominated the pews. If you're real like the way of life stays, if you're using like a scanner, a lie stayed. A scanner app and it's like, you're gonna die. Like, look at this. And with, look at this. And we all know, I've been exploring that. Why will we? I've been exploring that. Why would Charleston White had achieved a repute conversation without ever losing control? The lessons extended beyond entertainment. Charleston didn't attack personally. He exposed context, patterns, and decisions, teaching the culture about loyalty, legacy, the consequences of hidden actions. Max B, influential as he is, couldn't escape the scrutiny. Fans realized that even figures with strong followings are vulnerable when secrets surface and narratives shift. In hip-hop, respect, transparency, and timing are everything, and Charleston demonstrated all three masterfully. The live session created a ripple effect that lasted weeks. Fans dissected every word, comparing revelations to past interviews, collaborations, and public statements. Online forums buzzed with speculation, memes, and hot takes. Industry insiders quietly analyzed how Charleston's disclosures might affect Max B's relationships, projects, and reputation. It wasn't just a story, it was a cultural event, a teaching moment, and a viral phenomenon rolled into one. Charleston's strategy was subtle but devastating. He let fans react, then escalated the tension with new details, keeping engagement high and the narrative moving. Every revelation built upon the last, creating a cascading effect that made the live unforgettable. He didn't need confrontation. His words carried authority, his timing precision, and his influence undeniable. Max B supporters were left reacting, defending, and questioning while new viewers tuned in daily, keeping the story alive that the exposure wasn't just public, it was psychological. It forced Max B's fans to rethink alliances, question loyalty, and reconsider long-held perceptions. It reminded everyone watching that in hip-hop, narrative control is power. And precision in storytelling can rival any musical or promotional success. Charleston White had not only exposed secrets, he had commanded attention, dominated discussion, and shaped perception in real time. Months later, the impact remained. Clips continued to circulate, interviews referenced the live, and fans still debated the validity of each claim. Max B's legacy was now layered with this narrative forever intertwined with Charleston White's revelations. What could have been just another viral moment became a benchmark for handling exposure, influence, and narrative control in hip-hop culture. By the end of part 3, the story had fully escalated. Charleston White emerged as untouchable, a master of timing, precision, and exposure. Max B's supporters were shaken but still engaged, dissecting every claim. And the culture had witnessed something rare, a live revelation so powerful, calculated and impactful that it reshaped perception, sparked debate, and became part of hip-hop lore. The takeaway was clear. Words have power. Secrets have weight, and narrative control is everything. Charleston White showed the world that you can dominate without aggression, expose without malice, and teach without theatrics. Max B's story would never be viewed the same again. And fans, artists, and the streets all felt the ripple effect. This wasn't just a live stream. It was history. It was culture. It was a masterclass in street-level storytelling, narrative domination, and legacy enforcement. And everyone who witnessed it knew one undeniable truth. Charleston White had changed the game. And Max B's secrets would never stay hidden again, yo. Now that you've seen Charleston White drop the truth bombs on Max B and his fans, you know, this isn't just another story. It's a full-blown culture shakeup. Secrets exposed, narratives flipped, and the streets buzzing like never before. If you're a true hip-hop fan, you can't sit this one out. Hit that LIKE button right now to show respect for the culture and the real talk. Charleston didn't hold back, and neither should you. This is the kind of content that gets people talking, sharing, and debating, and you want to be part of the conversation. Smash that subscribe button and turn on your notifications, because the fallout from this story is far from over. Every reaction, every new clip, every hot take will drop here first. You don't want to miss the next chapter of this saga? Drop a comment and tell us what you think. Were Charleston's revelations true? Did Max B fans take the hits too personally? Who came out untouchable in this live showdown? I read every comment, and your opinions could even get featured in the next video. Stay locked in. Stay alert. This isn't just entertainment. It's a lesson in respect, loyalty, and legacy in hip-hop. And remember, in this game, secrets never stay hidden for long. And narrative control is everything. You witnessed history live. Now make sure you're part of the discussion. Charleston White exposed the truth. Max B's story was shaken, and the culture will never forget this moment.